truck, so I have to position my phone a different way. Let me put my AirPods in. While my audience is building up. The topic is going to be a quick topic today. How I stop debt collectors from collecting for my clients cheaper than filing bankruptcy. Hello. For cheaper than filing bankruptcy. Come on in. Hit like, hit share. Hit the heart button. Show some digital love. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe to my channel. Right? If anything that I share is helping you or informative to you, subscribe to my channel on YouTube and hit the bell notification button right by that subscription button. Right? Because just be appreciative of the information that's being shared, right? To help shape and change your credit and your financial future, right? Hello, Antonio, everyone coming in. So, right into the topic, how I challenge debt collectors, right? To where 100% of my clients never owed the debt, right? Never owed the debt. So, this is how this works. Make sure you share this information because a lot of people need to hear this. People don't understand the concept. They think the only way that they can not owe the debt on a debt collector is they file the debt in a bankruptcy, right? Unless you file the debt in the bankruptcy. So I heard another well-known expert. He's an expert. I call him indirectly my mentor because I never paid for his services, but I watch his videos and his content all the time, and so it's really helped me in the knowledge base of credit, right, and financial. And he gave this story, this scenario of if you buy a ticket, right, a lot of it's around the 4th of July, a lot of people are traveling. And if you purchase a ticket for a flight and you have receipt of your ticket, you printed out the ticket, you have the ticket in hand, and you go to the airport and you don't have your proper identification. Hello, Antonio. How are you today? I told Antonio, I said, Antonio, I think I want to go to the beach in Alabama. I need a getaway. And what's going on? And Antonio said, oh, can I talk to you about business credit? I said, no. I said I need a getaway. I don't want to talk about credit on a mini getaway or vacation. But we still friends. So and so it's just like if you're catching a flight at the airport and they ask for your identification. This is Mr. Dean Cole's story. So I'm not taking credit for this, but I thought it was a great example into what I'm teaching today. And you don't have your proper driver's license or your proper identification. It doesn't matter if you have the screenshot of the receipt, proof of purchase, right? You will not be able to catch that flight because you're not properly identified that you are the person who purchased that ticket. The same thing with debt collectors, right? If they can have a screenshot, just like if you have a printed receipt that you went on whatever discounted, travel, Priceline, Cheap Old Air, wherever you might go to purchase a ticket, the debt collector can have a screenshot of the services that were rendered to you, but that does not properly identify you to the debt. So if that's good, whether you're watching the replay or you're watching this live or you're seeing this uploaded on YouTube, put in the comment, right? Participate. Show that you understand exactly what I'm saying. Put good information. Just comment good information. If you understand the concept, right? Type in the comment section good information. If you understand that you cannot go to any airport and simply print out that you purchased a ticket and even show the cost that you paid for the ticket, unless you have your driver's license and to have proper identification that you are the person whose name and has purchased that ticket, you will not be able to thank you, Antonio, you will not be able to be admitted to that flight. Doesn't matter if you have a screenshot. Doesn't matter if you're showing I bought the ticket. But if you don't have your driver's license, you don't have the proper ID, you will not be admitted on that flight. Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Good information. You will not be able, right, to be admitted to that flight. The same law is under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Law. Let me make sure this is right. It's under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Law that requires, it's on debt collectors to properly identify. Doesn't matter if they purchase your debt from whatever original creditor that they purchased from. Doesn't matter if they send you a screenshot of the bill or services. Now, did you know, and if you knew this, said, know this. If you didn't know this, said didn't know. Did you know that even when it comes to medical collections, that your medical information is privacy and it cannot be shared with a debt collector? Did you know that? So if you knew that, put knew this. If you didn't know, put didn't know. Your medical information is privacy under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Meaning that if you request the right way, and I just watched Mr. Edine Cole, so I'm really mimicking a lot of his lives with this, because I said he's my indirect mentor. But if you request the correct way, they have to properly identify you and those services. Okay, said don't know. All right, good info. Thank you, Antonio. Antonio, I guess you're trying to get back in my good graces, so I appreciate that. You back in now. You're back in, Antonio. And so they are supposed to properly identify you with the debt along with the services that was rendered. The only way to do that with medical collections is they have to get a report of whatever your medical profile. Okay, Ms. Lawrence said don't know. Whatever your medical profile and services that was rendered. So it doesn't matter if it's a hospital, it's the ER, it's a clinic, right? Any medical attention that you serve. And so if this information is not provided, then they do not have the right to collect from you. See, the most that a lot of people know about the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and you all coming in, make sure you like and you share this video. Share this to your timeline, please. Share it now as I'm live. The most that people kind of understand about debt collectors is, okay, if it's past the statute of limitations, they are not able to collect from it. It's kind of like the Bill Cosby case, when Mr. Cosby was accused of, committing those sexual crimes against those women. Antonio said he is, okay. And some of the cases dated so many years back, 40 years back, I think, that they were not able to bring that to case because it had passed the statute of limitations. This is true with debt collectors. But this is not what I'm talking about. For example, I'm from Mississippi. So in the state of Mississippi, if a debt collector has not collected, right, within 3 years, they cannot come back after 3 years and collect it. So the most common question that I receive is, okay, will this debt come back? Will this debt come back? If I, okay, my phone is, every time I hit a little bump, it's a little harder to go live in my truck because I don't have a stable prompt to keep it. But the most common question is this a permanent deletion? Is it a permanent deletion? Listen, people, it's just like the corner law. Anytime you express the law, you in the United States, you know, we had a Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They want everything to be fair and to be just, right? And so if you do not know the law, if you do not state the law, then the law will abuse you, right? The same thing, I just see this recent movie, When They See Us. You know, if you don't know the law and your minor child or teenage child is arrested, then the law will not serve justice for you. But if you know the law and you exercise the law, or you don't know it and you hire a professional like me to exercise the law for you on your behalf, you can save yourself thousands and thousands of dollars. So I'm not talking about something that can come back to haunt you. If you read very carefully on any letter from a debt collector or even an original creditor or even any creditors that you use any type of services for or purchases for, right? It will tell you, it will state to you, number one, this is an attempt to collect the debt. They would never tell you that this is our right or this is a collection of debt for these services that you receive from us because you did not receive services from them. The only people that you owe is the company or organization that you receive the services from. That's first and foremost, right? So when a third party or someone else come in and indirectly purchase that debt, you have, number one, received no services from them. They provided no credit to you, no services. And then number two, they haven't properly identified you. So again, if you purchase a ticket to travel, to take a flight, and you go into that airport and you don't have your proper identification, you don't have your driver's license stating that you are the person who purchased that trip ticket, you will be restrained, right, or denied that flight. It doesn't matter if you have a copy of your receipt. So with debt collector, it works the same way. It does not matter if they have a copy of the services that they received from the other company to collect from you. What matters is, have they properly identified that you are, number one, the person who they are legally supposed to collect from, and then, thank you so much, Antonio, and then number two, do they have the legal documents in place? Not a printout of the billing services. That's, by the law, that's not the legal documentation that's required. In your letter from a debt collector, you will see that it states you have 30 days, sometimes shorter, to validate this debt. You have to know what validation is under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. And validation is not a printout of the services that you receive from another company. That's not proper validation. And if they don't have the proper validation in place, if they don't have the original contract that you have with the service, now mind you, that having that information is still illegal because it's a breach of privacy. But if they don't have the original contract with your wet ink on it, just pay close attention when you go to the clinic, for example, and they ask you to sign a documentation before you see the doctor. usually on the back of that letter, it will state that they want you to sign, giving them the rights to share your information with a third party. That third party is a debt collector. But if the debt collector does not have that paper with your wet ink or signature on, why wouldn't a debt collector have that information? Because it releases all of your personal information that they do not have the right to obtain. In some cases, it releases your social security number, your insurance information. The only thing debt collectors have when they collect from you is a name and address. That's all by law that they can obtain. So this works even if it's a cable bill, right? If a cable company tells you, for example, well, you was under a contract with us and for 2 years to pay this amount. So if you in your account, you're going to be charged an extra $30 for every month that you breached the contract. Then you have to ask the cable company, okay, show me the proof of contract. Where did I sign and agree with that? They don't have that on file. So if they sell your cable bill to the debt collectors don't have it on file either. And by law, this is the information that they have on file. So most people file bankruptcy for medical bills, for collections. And I'm not talking about being reactive where now the collection hits your credit report. So now you have to pay me to now remove it off your credit report. And then you may have you're over the 30 days to make them validate. Alright, Tony, y'all, let me pull this up so I can read it and drive safely at the same time. So they try to pressure you to answer 30 days just to manipulate you into the validation of their debt. It's not pressure. They're not pressuring you. I think 30 days is ample enough time. I think that's an entire month. The manipulation comes in when they try to manipulate you, Antonio, is when they call your phone and harass you and to try to get you to submit a payment. Because once you submit a payment, you are saying, I acknowledge that this debt is mine, so I'm going to submit a payment on it. Once you submit a payment, that's an indirect agreement that you're agreeing that this is your debt. And you're going to submit it. It doesn't matter if it's $5 or $50. And this is where the pressure comes in. This is because debt collectors are trained to keep you on the phone at least 60 seconds to get you to validate the debt. They want you to They want you to acknowledge the debt, right? They don't want you to have knowledge of the law that they're supposed to validate it. They do put it on the fine print though of the collection letter, and so they want to keep you on the phone. They're not even sure if that's your correct address. That's why when they call you, they will call and say they want you to give them your name first. But that collector call you, they say, hello, am I speaking with, for example, LaTanya DeLoach? Or am I speaking with John Wright? If you say yes, you're validated this you. So instead of saying yes, say, my ass who's calling. Well, Mr. Loach, this is such and such from a debt collection agency. This is an attempt to collect the debt from you. We're trying to verify that you received services from blank, blank, blank on this day. And is this your address? I don't recall that information right now. But in the future, if you have something that you want to communicate with me concerning the debt, would you communicate only in writing? And stop calling my cell phone or my place of business. I only communicate to debt collectors and respond to you via writing. So then they will ask the question, well, is this your correct address? You don't have to say yes, say, is that the address you have on file? If so, then communicate to me in writing at that address that you have on file. At that point, they're trying to get you to validate the debt, right? So I think 30 days is very ample enough time to respond to a debt validation, and you have to respond in writing. Because what proof do you have if you call the debt collectors and say, hey, I want you to validate this debt. I want you to properly identify me and properly identify that the debt belongs to me. They can say you did or did not call. So, you know, in the law, if it's not written, it's not real. In any business or deal, if it's not written, it's not real. That's why I don't do business with this big marketer on Facebook. You know, I call and say, hey, these are the services I want. Can you provide? Oh yeah, I can provide. I can do it in 10 days, 15 days. This is going to be my cost. And he might quote me $2,500, right? And I'm saying, no, I need something in writing, right? When I give credit audits or credit review or credit report, right? For the people that send me, I send them a lengthy email in writing stating, this is what I need from you. This is what I provide. These are the services I suggest you need for your credit repair. And I give you a 6-month guarantee. So if anything goes down, they can print out that email and say, hey, you know, this is it. Yeah, this is what you said. So I always have something in writing. And so it's just as simple as knowing the law and knowing the language of the law, right? And so why do people let collections hit their credit report? Because they don't respond in that 30 days. Oh, it's some watermelon. I don't know what happened all over the highway. It looks cute though. Yellow and red watermelon. But anyway, it's been bursted. I guess it fell out someone's truck. And it smells good too. But anyway, yeah. I don't know. Somebody hit him in the back of his truck, so the watermelon came out. And so they give you 30 days. And it won't report to your credit report if you act in 30 days. And then you pay me a percentage of the amount that they're trying to collect. And they will not legally be able to collect from you from the letters that I compose and that I state the law and the verbiage of the law. And I also give them proof. I provide proof in the affidavits, not letters, but I provide proof in the affidavits of court laws. I print out the court laws where people have been through this previously that shows them if they want to give you an itemized printout of a bill and say this validates that this is your debt. I include the court law case in the federal courts that show that's not proof under the law. So that's it. Hit like and hit share, subscribe to me. Also, last thing is 4th of July weekend. If you want your credit analyzation, get it in today. If not, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm off from credit. Please do not text me on Saturday. Definitely not a Sunday, right? Definitely not a Sunday. But I'm taking 3 days off. I'm enjoying the holiday, enjoying my family, friends, fireworks, and all of that good stuff. And so, you know, this really the next 4 days, right? So if you I work tomorrow, you want something, you want a credit analysis, inquire me, get it in today. Also, if you send for a credit analysis or audit from me, you need to check your email immediately. I have it set up on autoresponder, which you should receive an automated response stating the process, right? So it takes me 3 to 5 business days. You know, I wake up to over 30 emails a day. So even if you sent it Monday, you know, I'll try to get to it by tomorrow. I may or may not, right? Because I carefully go through each credit report with a fine-tooth comb to ensure that you're going to get the correct things done to your credit report